Well, hello. Today we're going to do a Q&A. A couple weeks ago I asked in the comments of one of my videos for you guys to leave questions, so here I'm gonna be answering them. Let's just get into it right away. What is your dream job? If I had a absolute dream job, I guess I would have to say it would probably be something like a touring musician that travels around the world. So I could go to all these different countries and play music. That's my favorite thing to do. So that's my dream job, being a touring musician on a world tour all the time. Do you like Christian rap music such as Bizzle, Flame, and KB? I used to listen to that a lot. I used to really like Flame and KB and Lecrae and some of those people, Swoop. But I don't really listen to any rap or hip hop anymore. It's not really much of my thing. But they're cool. Oh yeah, and the one hip hop artist that if you get some people probably will be upset at me for saying this, but the one guy, I do love Jesus is King by Kanye West because I like the gospel stuff in there, so it's not entirely hip-hop, but it's really, I listen to that all the time. Alright, Pamela asks, are you planning to do any more songs by the Beach Boys? I'd love to hear you do In My Room, one of my favorite Beach Boys songs since I was a young teen in the early 60s. Well, let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do more Beach Boys covers, because I love making Beach Boys covers. I'll do it all day, every day, so yeah, I'd totally be up for doing that, so let me know if that's something that you'd like to see more of. Speaking of In My Room, so I've got this record, Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys. It has In My Room on it. It's a very, very good record. I'm actually sitting right next to a bunch of my records and stuff right now. Maybe someday I'll make a video showing you guys my collection and all of that. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. And speaking of the Beach Boys, you might have noticed I've got my Brian Wilson shirt on. I wanted to tell you funny story of how I got this. So some of you probably saw my video where me and my friend Dominic went down to Kansas City to see Brian Wilson live. I went up to the merch stand, I was about to buy a shirt, but then I saw this there. It's a signed program and really cool poster thing. I decided to buy that instead because I wanted a signature from Brian Wilson. So when I got to my seat at the show started. I was obviously enjoying the whole thing, and I was kind of talking to the people around me, because they were surprised that a young person was at a Brian Wilson concert. Let me just put it that way. They were surprised to see me at a Brian Wilson concert because of my age. And then when they started talking to me, they realized I was a super fan and I know all the things. So they started asking me questions like, who's that? When was that song written? What do you think they're gonna play next? And they were kind of, impressed, I guess, I don't know, by all the knowledge that I have of the Beach Boys and all that history and stuff. This nice older lady named Shannon came with this shirt and gifted it to me and just said, I was so impressed by all your knowledge of the Beach Boys and stuff, and I want you to have this shirt. So that's why I got this. Really, really cool. If you want to see more about that concert and that whole show, go check out my video. It'll be right up here in the corner, going down to Kansas City to see that concert. It's really fun. Have you seen Hamilton?
Oh!
I know you like history, and it has great music. Oh! So, yes, I have seen Hamilton, but I'm not a big musical fan. But Belle is sitting over here right now, and she's smiling and giddy that I read that question, because she loves musicals, and she made me watch Hamilton.
Yeah. He liked Hamilton.
I kind of liked it. It wasn't very historically accurate, and I don't know, that's not really my kind of music, but it was good. I enjoyed it, I guess. It's not like I didn't rave about it, but it's good. Alright, so my next question, I have so many questions asking in different ways basically the same thing. Judah, what are you doing with your life? That's what it is. They're asking, there's a lot of you are wondering what my career is going to be, what I'm doing right now. You guys saw that I've graduated high school recently. Basically, right now, I'm kind of doing a few different things. So one is I've been working in youth ministry at my church. I've been working with high schoolers and middle schoolers and running small groups and leading services and planning events and stuff and discipling and evangelizing to senior high and junior high kids. So that's been awesome. That takes up some time. That's one thing I've been doing lately. And also, so I've been studying lately. I was just working on this earlier this morning to get licensed to work in mortgage with my dad. So if many of you probably know, Many of you who come from my mom's channel probably know that my dad, on the side of being a full-time pastor, he also works in mortgage and insurance and in financial planning and I've been studying a lot to start working with him in that. You know, I'll talk more about that in the future, but that's one of the things I'm working towards right now. And I've been working just part-time on some random jobs for a while. Last year and the beginning of this year, I was working. Our family friend is a plumber, and he hired me to just be an assistant. I was working on construction sites, doing stuff like installing toilets and installing bathtubs and sinks and, you know, putting glue on pipes and stuff like that, or just carrying a lot of stuff. But it was a great learning experience. I'm not doing that right now anymore, but I was doing that for a while. I've also done stuff like working at a mortgage company. Someone who works with my dad, they hired me to work on their back-end stuff, so getting experience just by putting numbers in files and working on legal back-end stuff. I don't really know how to explain it, but I've been doing that for a while, so I've just been kind of dabbling around in different jobs. But going forward, I'm going to be getting licensed in several financial things, especially in mortgage. I'm going to be working in that a lot. I have some overseas travel plans coming up over the next year. Some really exciting stuff might be happening soon that I can't really talk about it all right now, but you guys will be hearing about it more soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I am not going to college this upcoming semester. I know a lot of people are asking, where are you going to school? While I was in high school, I was doing full-time community college for a couple semesters, and I have a lot of credits.
I don't have anything else, but credits will do fine.
For the time being, I'm not going right away into school, into college, but I'm focusing in on ministry, I'm focusing in on mortgage and all of that stuff. Probably up in the next couple of years, I will start doing some form of school. I will tell you more about that later as well. I'm not just not going to college altogether, or at least that's not my plan right now. I still plan to go to school, just not right away.
Okay, go.
Okay, so Laura asks, what musical artist inspires you the most? You can have multiple different answers. Well, obviously, as you guys already know, has already become obvious, the Beach Boys are my favorite band. I love them a lot. I love reading all their history, reading books, watching documentaries and movies, and going on long internet rabbit holes about them. I collect records and listen to all their unreleased stuff. So I'm like big fan of the Beach Boys. Huge inspiration there in like music writing, melodies and chord structures and harmonies. I learned all that from the Beach Boys. But the Beach Boys are not the only thing I listen to. I actually, like, at the moment, they're not even one of the #1 bands I listen to, even though they're like my favorite overall. I'm listening to a lot of other stuff. So some of my biggest inspirations for my own personal music making, who I'm most inspired by, would be not the Beach Boys actually, but some other artists. There's this band called Gable, Price and Friends. They're from Redding, California. I'm an absolute huge fan of their stuff. I love them. They're really cool. They do like alternative rock kind of stuff, indie rock. It's kind of a cool mixture of stuff. It's really, really good. They have an amazing sound. Another band that I really like listening to is Colony House. Huge fan. I love like their guitar tones. They do like also kind of alt-rock stuff, and it's really fun. Their older stuff is good. The new stuff that they've come out with lately has been pretty bussin'. So I've been enjoying them a lot. It's really good. Yeah, the new Rotten Tomatoes EP from last year is like, it's only 4 or 5 songs, but it's really good, and it sounds really different from their old stuff, which is also really good. But Colony House, Gable, Price and Friends. Another artist I really like is Jean-Marc Pantana. He's a Christian artist. He makes some really good tunes. His album Love Secrets is really good. I love it. I love every second of it. And his newest release, you gotta listen to it. Home Rooftop. So good. I love it. I actually have on my channel down, if you go to my homepage of my YouTube channel, go down to the bottom, I have links to like all my favorite music. I probably need to update that again, but you could go take a look at that. I'll even link to some of my favorite songs in the description, so go check that out. Oh, I didn't even get into worship yet. Oh my goodness. Another artist that I've been listening to a lot lately is, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Tatsuro Yamashita. Japanese city pop artist. I really like his album Big Wave. and I've been getting into that's his only English album, and I've been getting into some of his other songs, other music. He's really cool, he's really good, but it's really hard to find his music because he doesn't upload to Spotify and stuff, so the only way to get it is by listening to YouTube rips that are like bootlegs that were uploaded to YouTube or Reddit or somewhere, or by buying really, really expensive vinyl records that have to ship from Japan. But it's really good music. I've been enjoying that a lot lately. I've also been listening to a lot of this guy named Chris Renzema recently. Chris Renzema, I hope I pronounced that correctly. He makes really good music too. He has spicy guitar tones. But I love Chris Renzema. He's really cool. He makes really good, he's a Christian artist too, but not all his songs are about Jesus, but most of them are, and I love that, so it's really good. I could go on to, maybe I should make a whole video about musical influence and stuff, because I could talk about that for a lot longer. Oh, also some worship artists. Oh my goodness. Housefires, Upper Room, David Funk, Jeremy Riddle, and Will Reagan and United Pursuit. I love Will Reagan and United Pursuit. I've been listening to them non-stop the last month or so, some worship artists, I could go on and on. There's so many worship artists that influence me, and most of the stuff that I write and make is worship music. So that's really what inspires me the most, and that's really where most of my inspiration comes from. Emily asks, what age do you imagine getting married? So what age do I imagine getting married? Probably somewhere in my young 20s, early 20s is what I imagine. I just trust God's timing, to be honest, so I'm not really in any particular rush, I have to get a girlfriend, I have to get married right away. I honestly can just tell you, I don't know. I'm just trusting God's timing. A lot of people are asking, do I have a girlfriend? Am I dating? I'm not right now, to answer your question. I'm not in that season right now in my life, and I'm just trusting God's timing, to be honest, and I don't know when I'm gonna meet somebody, but whenever that is, then it will happen. So maybe it'll be sooner than later. Maybe it'll be later than sooner. I just can't answer I'm gonna get married at 21 exactly, or I'm gonna get married next year. It's I don't know. Stay tuned.
So if you a cute single Christian girl, hit him up.
my DMs are always open. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're not. Don't. Please no. Just no. This is a fun one. Would you consider professional training in the culinary arts? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think I have the time to devote 2 years of schooling and all that money to get professionally trained in cooking, because I don't really want to work as a chef ever. I love cooking. I'll learn. I just want to learn a lot of things. Honestly, I'm very much of a self-teacher kind of person. I think that I love researching stuff. I love self-teaching stuff. I learned how to play 3 instruments from YouTube and books, and I learned how to cook almost everything I know how to cook, except for some stuff that my grandpa and my mom taught me. I learned almost everything I learned how to cook from online, and I love learning things. I love just teaching myself stuff. So no, I don't think I'll ever go to professional training for culinary arts, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to keep learning how to do really cool stuff with cooking. It's just a matter of, I want to teach myself that stuff. I want to learn that stuff and not just teach myself, but also pick up skills from other people, cook with other people. That's what I love doing, cooking with my friends and picking up their tips. Same goes for music, a lot of that kind of stuff. It's I don't need to go to professional school for it. I don't really have much desire to go to professional school for that kind of stuff. I love just learning about it, so.
Plus there's Skillshare, Masterclass.
Yeah, Skillshare, Masterclass. I've bought courses on stuff before. Mm-hmm. I'm about to actually buy a mixing course, and it's no, I'm not going to music school for a professional mixing degree, but I'm going to pay some money to actually get professionally trained on some mixing stuff, so yeah.
And it's much cheaper than college.
Much cheaper. And I don't have any particular desire to work as a chef. I don't really see that being working in full-time cooking being my future. Now, do I want to cook a lot? Do I want to entertain people a lot in the future?
You want to make your wife happy?
Yes, do I want to impress girls? Yes, I do, but that doesn't mean that I need to that I have any desire to go to professional school and do that professionally and stuff. Alright, what is my dream travel destination? I want to go so many places, to be honest. That's like, it's really hard to answer that question. But it's like, if I had to, like, maybe my #1 bucket list place to visit, I think it would be Israel, to be honest. Just because it would be so amazing to see all those landmarks and locations and just be in the area where all the stuff of the Bible happened, where Jesus walked. I think that would be an amazing experience. So I really want to go to Israel. I'll name a couple other places that I would like to go. Japan is a really cool country. I want to eat some real sushi and real ramen, so that would be one place I really want to go. Brazil. I really want to go to Brazil. Brazil's really cool. I have friends that I've like made who live down there, and I don't know. I really want to see Brazil. That's just one country I really want to go to. Also, the Middle East. Like everywhere in the Middle East, basically. Like, I really want to go to Iran. I really want to go to Saudi Arabia. I really want to go to Egypt too. That's North Africa, but it's right next to the Middle East. I really want to go to some of those countries, especially Iran. Iran is, I don't know, it fascinates me. I've studied their history and stuff a lot, and it's very, very cool. I think it's really cool. I would love to learn Farsi, and I've heard the food there is really good, and I love Middle Eastern food. It's like my favorite. Biryani and all that stuff. I love Middle Eastern food. I don't know, I'm fascinated. It's just really intriguing to me that the cultures and everything. I would love to go to the Middle East, so that's also, and I guess Israel's the Middle East. Oh, Singapore. I really want to go to Singapore. That's the short answer. I want to go all over the place, but here's a spicy one. Who's your favorite sibling? I guess I have no choice right now but to say Belle because she's sitting right there.
Hi.
But I can't really answer that question. Like, that's one of those questions that you can't really answer. You love them all. You love them all equally. That's like, who's your favorite kid? Like, stupid question. Why would you even ask that? Like, it's ridiculous. Seth, are you and the family going to be going to Kenya this year? I'm not gonna answer on behalf of like my whole family. You can start asking that question in the comments on my mom's channel. Go spam her comments up, people. Just be like, are you going to Kenya? Are you going to Kenya? For me, maybe. Stay tuned. I may or may not. I actually don't really have a really good answer to that question right now, to be honest. It's possible. It's possible. Are you thinking about becoming a part-time pastor in the future? I'm giving really bad answers to these questions today because all my questions are like maybe, maybe not. And that's kind of the answer to that question too. It's like I'd be totally open to that if that's what God has for me. To be a pastor, if God is leading me in that direction, I would totally do it. But also, I don't know if that's what God has for me, and it might not be. If I was choosing right now what I think I'm going to do, then I would probably say no. Yes, part-time. Would I be a full-time pastor? I don't think so, but I don't know. I can't answer that. Maybe I will. These future questions are really weird, folks. It's like maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like a lot of these aren't questions. There's a lot of suggestions for food I should make. Down in the comments, if you have any particular like country, cuisine that you think I should check out their food, go let me know down in the comments. Tell me what country you're from so I can check out the food and the language and stuff from your country. That'd be so cool. And also, even if you live like in the US, tell me about, because you know, I don't know about all the different food that some cities are known for. You should tell me the stuff I don't know about your city. Give me food suggestions because I want to check out food from other places. So that's for you in the comments, and who knows, maybe I'll start making videos and showing y'all suggestions. That would be really cool. Why do you like the Beach Boys so much? I already answered that, I guess. They're good at music. Brian Wilson is a genius. Everyone else in the band is really cool too. Mike, no, not Mike. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not.
No love for love.
I even love Mike Love, and Mike Love is cool. But Carl Wilson and Dennis Wilson.
Oh my gosh, you didn't even say Al.
Well, I'll get to Al.
Al Jardine is my favorite.
Carl Wilson and Dennis Wilson have some of the best music nobody's ever heard because everyone only listens to Brian's music and listens to some of the greatest hits Beach Boys stuff. But Carl and Dennis Wilson both made some of the most amazing, beautiful music, and most people haven't heard it. It's really good. Also, Au Jardin. Jardin Gang. And Bruce Johnston is the greatest musician of all time to ever live. Goodbye, guys. No, I'm kidding. So, thanks for watching. If you have more questions, I might do another one of these again, so go ahead and leave them down in the comments. Have a good rest of your day, or rest of your night, whatever time you're watching this at. Peace out. I'll see you next week. That didn't work.